Hello there, and welcome to a new gameplay for Heroes Hour. I'm Icon. We're playing the Wild Faction on hardcore difficulty on the huge map integration. So, last time we left off with Order and totally dominated this map. I'm not entirely sure how it will work here, but we'll see about that. I feel like I got lucky the last time, but well, I want to try it out at another time. Somebody said in the comments about the last gameplay that the AI has a tendency to get lost on sea, so maybe I'll have to play a different map to make things a little bit more challenging. But for now, it's okay. So what do we have here? 2-day cooldown, summons animals. If they survive, I keep them as anima. Sick. Okay, what do we have here? Mastery of Rangers. So this guy is the range dude. The range dude, so to say. We got royalty available. I love that. Unit creation, cost reduction is always a really, really nice thing. And bodyguards. So I could swap this dude out later as a secondary hero if I'd want to. Actually got a good backbone for that. But I like that healing. Recruitment is also a very good thing. So this sector of the skill tree is looking really fancy. We got leadership and armorership, legion, fortune, aeromancy, champion, terramancy, and swarming. So here we get a branch out into some magic. Here we get some branch out into more nobility skills and unit production. Well, let's see how that'll work out. My last dance with this faction is a bit ago, so I need to refresh my memory here a bit. So we're running around with Anima, Ranger, and upgrade Anima into Forest Spirits. So we can go for Forest Spirits, which transform into Animas after they die. But they also got a lot better stats for that. And here we got Satyrs, or Pack Hunters. Satyrs sound really good for my backline, for my archery composition, because I don't care about slow units, I need bodyguards to pelt down dudes. So we are definitely going to go for Rangers, or, wait a sec, Hunter. What's the difference between the Hunter and the Ranger? Hunter has less damage, but he comes with some bodyguards. I see. Elemental Gate brings me elements. Elementals, I know that already. We got Deer with Afterlife skill. Or Blade Singers. Here we get another ranged unit with no selection whatsoever. So we can bodyguard our army with Trents and Satyrs. Here I'm not quite sure. The Blade Singers sound really great because they got the retreat skill, and retreat is really awesome. So, well, let's try it like that. But I want to start out with the Forest Hill and grab myself those Satyrs. So I get myself some front line to begin with. Hopefully this pack will be strong enough to whittle down some stuff here, but if it tells me that the difficulty is moderate, I'm not a big fan. Never have been. I feel like cutting your losses very early on is extremely important, because all the losses you make very early on, they weigh you down. Oh, spell. Stone Skin. Color me not too impressed here. So far, ooh, we're playing against Earthen. So far, my impression was that the larger the map, the easier the game gets. So if you want to dilute your difficulty level, enlarging the map, that really does a trick. The AI can't handle larger maps, it seems. Goody! Now, grabbing 3 resources left and right. And now the Hall of Elves gives me the Rangers. I bet that this will be the turning point for my battle difficulties there. Send them over there. Use those movement points of the those autonomous stacks. Alright, now let's see. Is it still difficult? Oops. No, it's flagged as easy now, just like I thought. Well, let's pack that pot of mercury. There's a trading post here, good to know. This way I can just delay the construction of a marketplace quite nicely. I really love to have these in my vicinity early on, especially for no cost, with nobody defending them. So what do we get here? Deadeye gets critical strike. I don't know if critical strike or the arrow rain is the new one. The minstrel has afterlife as well, so we get a lot of anima if we want to. And symbiotic grove gives 1 wood each day. Oh yeah, and gives me the option to go for overgrown mines. But I want to go for the tavern because I want that infirmary. Infirmary is a big bonus, and getting that as quick as possible sounds very important for me right now. Because I can't upgrade my fighting power without unlocking the next tier, which needs 2 more building levels. And I feel a lot better with an infirmary at my disposal, fighting my first little battles. Now, let's go for that spot here. It's a very, very late sawmill and ore pit for this run, but it doesn't matter too much, honestly. We should be fine with that. Usually you grab your resources mostly from the fields anyways, so very close to the city. I could go for an upgrade of whatever. Is that appealing? No, I'm going to go for the symbiotic growth instead. So, more growth or more spell power. I'm gonna go for more growth here. Okay. So let's check it out. I want to sit back and let these guys come. So yeah, Arrow Rain is a standard skill of this pack here. And here it comes. And let's go into attack. So I want to use that, because if I understood that correctly, properly done, these guys will stay in my army. So I can increase the total amount of anima. Yep, there we go. Do I want to let the wild nature, an overgrown sawmill will produce 1 wood each day, 10 wood each week, it become guarded? Oh yeah. I don't know, overgrown mines seem to be really way to go for this faction. So, potential ore quarry, damn, unlucky. Still all moderate difficulty, so I'm going to tune my expansionistic urge a little bit down. So now I can go for the Elemental Gate. The Grizzly Den. The more anima and forest spirits in town, the more grizzlies join you. Okay, I somehow overlooked that in my past adventures. We're gonna go for the Blade Singers here. It's a good addition for my lineup. I need to get some mercury soon. Running lower and lower on that stuff. But I think this will give my front line some decisive extra punching power. Okay, now let's get in there. Protect the back line yet again. It's really, I really noticed that it's important to clump your frontliners together a bit, to allow your enemies to get into range of the ranged units in time. So let's drop a stone skin on my dudes. That's health and sturdiness in exchange for lower mobility, but little do I care here. I really don't mind at all. So, well, quite some losses, eh? But such is life. Now, we're gonna go for royalty first. As much as I'm intrigued to take mastery. Oh, Mercury. So, quite costly, but whatevs. We have to. Here we go. So, one more day left for this week. I always have a little bit of trouble with the high amount of losses here on that faction early game, especially the anima, but on the other hand, maybe I'm seeing that wrongly. So it gives me elementals each day. Once I've paid some resources to tune the gate, amount of elementals will rise with the number of overgrown mines. That's why it's so massive to just go for these overgrown mines as much as possible. So we're going to go for the elemental gate first. I hope I have enough resource. So let's see. I want some ranged dudes. So that's either Waveborn or Waveborn. So we're going to go for Waveborn. Nice. So what do we have here? They're slow, versatile units, and they're ethereal. Oh, that's useful too. Alright. So now we got a massive upgrade in terms of troop composition. Dark Carnival. Entering costs 1000 gold against Clown and fight against clowns. A non-lethal one. The only thing getting wounded is your dignity. Okay, so not the worst first week, not the best first week, but the most important thing, I got troop income. Getting the resources to hire these guys is another thing is something to worry about another day, basically. So I want to upgrade to, well, I can't build the Guild of Mages anyways. Alright, I came with my hero over here to get some benefit out of that. Let's see. Minstrels would create more anima. Deadeye is just... yeah, let's go for that. I want the upgrade of my rangers. Because these guys are, in fact, the damage dealers of my squad. So I'm not gonna be... I'm not going to get too many animas involved now. I want to build the Grizzly Den as quick as possible because I feel like this is something that we'll benefit a lot of. So, Green Obelisk, there's 2 different treasures here? Do I see that correctly? Fascinating. So, well, I didn't see that one coming. Let's go for... there's some free resource. Oh well, let's go for those easy fights next turn. I mean, this is quite massive income in terms of troops. I can't afford the Center of the Wild, but that's okay. So, there we go. We'll definitely control that battle. Under no circumstances do I go for an automatic resolve when my compo is so relying on strategy, you know. Alright, let's go into attack. Holy moly, my ranged dudes are kicking butt. Wow. We didn't lose a single guy here this fight. Nice. I didn't expect it to be that good. Okay, let's go for the mastery. I've been craving for that. I had a pretty slow start, but somehow I feel like this faction might be actually quite prone to slow starts, because a lot of the interactions there develop from stuff that you must do first. For example, the part with the overgrown mines. You don't start the game with overgrown mines. The elementals, you need to earn these factors. You don't get them for free. And I feel like this makes this faction slower than other factions. Definitely, definitely. But there's also some scaling potential that I really want to try out in this series. So we got all that down. We're leveling now like crazy without losses. Perfect. So, leadership. Do I want leadership? Actually, not that much. So, Wild Communion. Well, I need to level that up to level up the other things. Although, so far, it seems to be quite a useful thing. I mean, I'm going to send the animas that I'm creating back to the city, because I really don't need them in my roster. So, the hell? Okay, you can't find two obelisks for the same riddle. It's the first time for me. Now, let's go for more resource picks. I really want that Alchemist's Lab as quick as possible. No Mercury means no new Blade Singers, and that's a bad thing. Yay! So what's the Grizzly? Sturdy, wide attack, taunt, and Terra. Ooh, Terra is such a strong trait. Don't underestimate it. I've lost so many troops, and I went into such terrible situations because Terra on enemy units, well, more like the underestimation of the effect there. So this will be an interesting fight, because here we'll have to fight against ranged units on the enemy side. So in that regard, I'd say we'll advance here. Or, well, probably. Let's see, okay. Well, haven't fully figured out yet how to approach ranged units on the enemy side. We're definitely losing a ton of dudes here. And they are on my back line. That's a really, really bad thing. But on the other hand, I didn't lose anybody in particular. Well, logistics can travel further per day versus mastery. Forgive me, but I need that mastery. I really want royalty increased as soon as possible too, because I love dirty, cheap units. But that's another day's story. So, Blade Singers. 4 went down, 3 are still here. Good story, huh? So we gain Minstrels out of that, which are the powered-up version of what I got here right now. So, yeah, probably the Blade Singers are actually what I'll need for situations like these. I guess these are the ideal elements to counter shenanigans like that. So, my idea there is that the Blade Singers could be the troops that I sent on the enemy ranged stacks. Alright. While the Oak Monsters and the Minstrels and the like hold the front line. So this guy is near impossible for me. Yikes. Alright, Infirmary is doing a great job in cutting the losses. But the enemies are still challenging here. Well, but on the other hand, there's a daily influx of new troops. That's awesome. Alrighty, so let's go for the Architect. That's more income, more options, and druids. Hell yeah. I even got everything I need resource-wise to load them up. So the free troops daily is a great trait here. I'm getting so many of these Waveborn for free, and they are, well, same power level as the Deadeyes. Less damage, but harder to kill. And the Grizzlies, well, free frontliners. Who doesn't like free frontliners? Seriously. Okay, that looks like the next thing. Okay. So far, so good. Oh, come on, you. Stop lingering around my premises. No trespassing. So. And I think I should always use the Wild Call skill, no matter what. Whenever it's off cooldown, spam it out because it's free anima. And free anima is free grizzly. And free grizzly is good for me. I don't need to field the animas if I don't want to lose them. So, cartographer wants my money for... no. Just map reveals, you know. Map reveals are interesting and all, but right now I need the gold much more. Okay, so these directions all don't look too appealing to me. Well, moderate difficulty fight, it says. Well. I want to give that moderate difficulty fight a try. Probably we can do it quite easily. The Naga are pretty nasty, though. Since they got a charge skill, we're going to put it up like that. Oh, I forgot that I didn't want to field my dudes. Yeah, well, whatever. So... let's see if I can send in the sword ladies first and foremost. Well, I just killed all my anima that I wanted to save up, which is tragic, but beyond that, seems like a good win to me. There's only those Hierophants now left. So I lost a bit of the Satyrs, all the Grizzlies, but honestly... let's go for another level of royalty. So there's still 2 Blade Singers left. The Grizzlies are gone, yeah, but... so this is a hard decision for me, but at the same time, there's only one correct decision, and that's overgrow those things. Why? Because, you know, it might be that I have a hard time recruiting my troops this way, but I'll get free troops for that, and the resources I'm lacking can always be built via the marketplace. There's so many ways of getting the job done. There we go. So here we can now get ourselves some druids. They need crystal, though. Okay, I want them, though. And here we go. Tiny anima upgrade. And, well... I can't afford any of the real interesting things right now. I got resource shortages on many ends, but that's something we can't fix now. Potential sulfur mine. Sulfur ain't that interesting for me. The fight is easy, though. Crystal is much more important. Up here we have 2 crystal mines, actually, so... but whatever, I want that easy fight, you know, because I'm a coward. JK. So... let's stay in the defensive stance one more time. Why is there nobody in protection of my dudes here? Oh, okay. Seems to be good enough, though. Those Deadeyes are starting to dominate the battlefield quite nicely. I want to level up archery on this guy as quick as possible as well, because this will be also a really, really good power-up for him. 2,000 gold, 5 wood, 5 ore. Yes, please. More overgrown mines. So, if I was able to do this, I'll be able to do that as well. But I want to keep the anima in reserve this time. Ah. Look at that! I'm learning from my mistakes! Beautiful. Alright. There we go. Those Naga are rushing into my front line quite badly, but The good thing about that is I'm only losing those grizzlies, and I really don't mind losing them grizzlies. Sure, it's sad and all, but there are more important things right now. So I'm going to max out the wild call now. Oh, I wasn't able to build anything today. That was a bad day. But whatever. Sometimes something like that happens. But I should avoid that. Those are severe misplays. But whatever. Let's not be too harsh to ourselves. So, Palace of the Wild. Hell yeah, I need the extra income. Druid Expert. Is that even a question? So, let's cart the reinforcements over there. The amount of free troops on this faction is awesome. The amount of micro on them, not so much, but, you know, there's always something to nag about. Visiting the fort allows the hero to trade part of their army for experience. Interesting concept, but no thanks. Trox Zerkers. Dwarven Treasury. There's Mercury lying around. Useful. Okay, since I'm heavily out of money, I'm not going to hire any troops, but the royalty bonus of my hero here is definitely a big help. And let's tackle down the easy hero there. I'm gonna go straight forward into an offense. No big strategizing here, just slam right into his face, simply because it's a hero. Don't want to mess around and give him time to cast spells that hurt me. No thank you. So we need more levels to bring these skills up. So let's see, Fortune. Now of course Fortune is not linked with that together, that would be too easy. So yeah, let's go for Amara and all those other little nifty skills there. Gold or sulfur? If you ask me like that, it's of course gold. So, and let's send the anima back home. On the next occasion, that is. So, money increase. Bam. That should help a lot. Alright, there's some freebies down there that'll help us out as well. And let's just hope that we're not losing the arms race right now. But I'm quite confident it ain't the worst start. I had better starts too. But like I mentioned before, I'm not even sure how good this faction is at quick starts. Warriors Greaves. Hell yeah. Those nasty little upgrades. Okay, well, there's some sulfur. I could trade that sulfur at the end of the day. Might be an option. But most importantly, my income now is quite stable. Let's go for the Forest Heart, so we can get those trends as well. Okay, nice. It's a lot of fun so far. I'm not sure if I'm playing the faction efficiently. I highly doubt it, actually, because I feel like I'm stumbling around here, but it doesn't matter too hard. So, let's see. Did we see this spot already? This is here. Treasure's up there. Okay. I really consider more and more to learn logistics on this dude. Simply because it's such a nice upgrade, you know? So, Guild of Mages requires hero level 5 to learn Town Portal. That's a very good excuse to send your main dude back home at least once. There we go, 100 anima. Oh crap! I could have summoned them already here. Yeah, speaking about efficiency, you know. Alrighty. So, we got a nice stack of grizzlies and water elementals. As far as I can see, the water elementals are a steady number, which is constantly increasing instead of depleting. So the Ritualist would be a really nifty unit for me, but I can't upgrade anything right now because of a severe lack of ore. How could that come together? Well, I mean, specifically said, this faction is totally tailored to run into shortages of certain resources. It's like their identity, so to say. So, but since I hate turns in which I don't build anything, let's at least build something. So we have that thing at least covered. So I don't have the necessary crystal for more druids, but I can't afford all the frontliners right now. That's a good thing. And most importantly, I got access to Town Portal. Town Portal is really good. Before Town Portal, I always feel like my cities are always in danger. After Town Portal, they are only in danger if my preparations sucked. And I'm too weak anyways. Here go the Capra. So let's see how that'll work out. I think the Grizzlies are also a really good option to send them into the backlines of enemy packs, simply because they got the Terra skill, so they can break through front lines very easily, and they are, after all, for free. And that's a very good combo for suicide units, you know. Here we got some ore. Some more ore. Okay, guys, so that's the end of this episode. Let's see how this will go after all. So, okay, so yeah, we basically seem to have lost. Interesting. I always felt like Earthen is one of the strongest factions to play out there, but that really outright surprises me. Because I didn't think that I performed that badly. And I also didn't think that these guys have any right to be level 12 and breaking through my gates at this point of the game. I feel like really that's not the first time that I see this, that these guys are somewhat feeling a little bit broken. So okay, I mean, that's pretty clear. I already lost before I began. That's okay. So, well, seems like I have to redo this run because we do one thing before we log off. We go into the suicide fight here and see how this will work out. I somehow doubt strongly that I have any chance whatsoever in defeating that guy, but let's give it a chance, you know? Let's give it a chance after all. I might be wrong about that, but this faction has such a heavy tendency to just have almost no losses. That's one thing that I really realized about the Earthen faction, that they often come around with almost no loss whatsoever, and that's a amazing feature of this faction. But let's see, maybe I can do something. Maybe human strategizing beats AI, who knows? I somewhat doubt it, but let's put Bloodlust on our dudes. So these guys still have reinforcements to field, and I don't. So... well, we gave him a good fight, but I don't think I'm going to win that, which is sad. Anywho, oh gosh, this guy even has a first aid tent. So, okay, so where the last round went down smoothly, this one was an absolute nightmare. Maybe it was me playing too slowly, I don't know. Maybe it's also just the Earthen faction being totally bonkers. We'll see about that. Thanks for watching anyways. Drop me a comment down below. Leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed. And of course, consider subscribing. I'd be delighted to have you. And there's hundreds of videos to check out there. So, see you guys next time. And bye-bye.